The man PCK, wonderful piece of music right here this afternoon. For the matter of fact, the song was done in the Kwele vernacular.
I love my country. I love my country.
It's a wonderful piece. Let's leave it as it is and, welcome our guest this afternoon to the show. Like I announced earlier, our guest is Fode Masakwel. And Fode is the national chairman of the Council of Patriots of the CDC. Fode is our guest this afternoon. Fode, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, and a heartfelt greetings to the thousands of other Liberians who are under the sound of my voice. It is great being here, even though I'm shaking worried. I'm worried because the Republic of our country is in deep trouble, a very serious one.
What trouble?
There is an encroachment of our territory. The Guinean army, they fled. They have crossed 1,000 kilometers into Liberia. Solomon Town in Foya district, Lofa County. That is a declaration of war on any state.
You think that's what's happening?
No. It's not about what I think. It is what it is. For another country to include 1,000 kilometers into the territorial waters and land of another country and plant a flag there, it is a declaration of war on Liberia. But you know what is sickening? Yes, what is sickening? What is sickening is the fact that we yet to see the AFL. Where are they? We yet to see Ngogo come on and the killing police. I was listening to one of the callers and she asked a very clear question. Where are those police who usually take guns and ammunition to brutalize, weaponize ordinary Liberian citizens? Also, you tell me that the security sectors, the entire joint security in the country, they are only good to be killing Liberians. You were here in this country.
You think at this time it should be the army or the government should get involved, negotiate with, or have a conversation with the Guinean government to understand what is happening?
A negotiation was done. That is the first fundamental reality that we must establish.
By the Liberian government?
This is a leadership failure. A negotiation was done almost 1 week ago. The Minister of Local Government, Francis Yumane, in travel to Guinea. An equipment from the BK entrepreneur. It is a construction company that drills sands in the water. Their equipment was seized 1 week ago. The Minister of Local Government in travel to Guinea. They had a dialogue. The Guineans said they would take the land. Up to now, the machines are still seized in Guinea. This is a classical leadership failure. This is incompetence and ineffectiveness being displayed in a very clear and unambiguous manner. This is a reality to prove that the Boakes-Koune administration, that the Unity Party government has failed the Liberian people. They have failed to protect our territory. This is utter shame and disgrace.
What you think should be done now?
It's the very first thing. But now, the minister, not the minister, and the Liberian ambassador to Guinea, he should be dismissed. He should be recalled. At the entire initial country sitting, or the country sitting rather, where the various countries meet, guess what? The minister, the ambassador of Liberia to Guinea was absent from that meeting. The ambassador was absent. The minister of foreign affairs was absent from that meeting. This is not local government issues. This is an issue that's so dear about our national security. So, Brother Josh, I'm worried. What kind of security sector we have? If this were West Point, if this was Swiniwin, if this were Clawton, you will see Gogwe Komon and his guys with guns shooting live border. We were in this country in the King George massacre. The Liberia National Police shot and killed 3 Liberian citizens to death. Where are they now? Also, you mean that President Boake only empowered the armed forces and the men in arms to kill ordinary Liberians, but they are incapacitated to protect the territorial expansions in the water of our country? This is a shame. This is disgraceful. This is a national embarrassment. Liberia has been conquered by Guinea under the Unity Party. The last time I can remember where our conquered, it was in the 1800s. But in 2026, under the Unity Party and Black Kuna administration, it shows the level of incompetence. It shows the level of lack of leadership. This is a shame. It is great. We are worried about the people in Foya because the last time I checked, when I was following on the internet, we saw those Guinean soldiers with their guns pointing it at students. Market women were running away. So, you mean all the budget, the Liberia national budget, and the Liberia national budget alone in 2026 is around 23.2 million. We go to the army. Intelligence alone, the government of Liberia is spending 22 million on national intelligence in 2026 budget. Then you want to tell me, say, there were no intelligence to identify that the Guinean have planned to encroach on our territory? Then what is the entire security sector doing with the national intelligence budget?
What's your fear? What are you sensing?
My fear is this. What in case the Guinean haven't realized that the joint security of Liberia is vulnerable? They cannot stand the tests and twists of anything. They start to shoot. They start to seize people property. Because, mind you, the Guinean flag has been placed on Liberian land. It means officially that particular area is no more Foya. It's no more Liberia. It's not Guinea. It's not Guinea. So Liberians who have their property in that particular vicinity, they are at risk, my brother. This is a shame. It baffles me that I'm discussing this in this ancient time. In 2026, the last time Liberia was ever encroached and conquered by another nation, it was in the 1800s. This is a shame. This is a shame. There is a lack of national leadership. This is a lack of failure. But now the president should be addressing the national security. But now, Gaga Como, David Fallow, the chief of staff of the army, the minister of foreign affairs, they should now be in an emergency national security mission. What kind of country that will spend 22 million on national intelligence? Less than 25 Guinean soldiers were able to conquer Foya. That is a shame. It is a shame, Brother Josh. It's a shame. And I'm worried I'm worried for the state. I'm worried for the people in Foya. I'm worried for the people in Lofa. As a matter of fact, this is happening under a 4-year president. Under a 4-year president. Remember, this is the same president who recently deceived the Liberian people. He lied on an oath that he had no understanding about the 4-year presidential mansion. Oh yeah, the president was aware before the foundation was dug. The president was at that particular ground. The president lied on UBC. So now, if the president cannot protect the borders of Liberia, who now will protect the presidential villa being built? The 10 million presidential villa. Who now will protect it? We're in a country where citizens, a family of eight, eat 1 cup of rice a day in Liberia. One of the highest and strongest hunger in West Africa. We're experiencing it now. Women and girls, as I speak to you, there is an intergovernmental raping and sodomizing competition in this country. The police officer
we will come to that. Further will come to that. Of recent, you listened to the comment from the Chief Justice threatening, the critical voices in the country that anyone, attack the Supreme Court, there will be issue, or there will be, action taken immediately from the angle of the court. What's your stance? What do you have to say regarding the kind of comment coming in from the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia?
Firstly, Justice Yami Kwekwe Gbese is a lawless and unconstitutional Chief Justice.
Why say so?
Article 2 of the 1986 Constitution, this very Constitution here, this Constitution, Article 2, it says that the Constitution is the fundamental law of the country. It is bounding. Everyone within the Republic must obey and respect the Constitution. That is fact. The Constitution says that no single individual, not the president, not the speaker, neither the Chief Justice, is above the Constitution. I always tell people this: if you are a Muslim, the Holy Quran is not even holy as compared to the Constitution in our Republic democracy. If you are also a Christian, the Holy Bible is not even holy as compared to this Constitution in the country. So for the Chief Justice to be a violator of the Constitution, it tells you that the man should not even be Chief Justice. Let me just tell you one. In last year of 2025, we saw the Chief Justice recommending his son who was at that time a freshman student at the Louis Arthur Grant School of Law. He recommended his son. His son was appointed by the president as an associate magistrate. That is a gross violation of the Constitution, Article 18. Article 18 calls for the equal opportunities of jobs for all Liberians. It also violated Part 9.7 of the Code of Conduct that warns against nepotism. You cannot recommend your family member for a job. And so, Brother George, in essence, that Chief Justice is very unconstitutional. The man is a law violator. I just gave you the law. You know what? What is most sickening is the fact that the Chief Justice took the national platform and challenged people. Name the law that I violated, and I will resign. I am now telling you, the Chief Justice violated Article 18 of the 1986 Constitution. That was a gross disrespect. Job in our country should be equitable. Everybody should compete. He also violated the Code of Conduct 9.7 that found against nepotism. That's not just all. The James A. Peary Judiciary Act of 2008, Section 3 of that act calls for, before a person be considered as a magistrate, you must go through a professional judiciary training program. So the Chief Justice also violated the canon law of the judiciary. His son was a freshman student who have never been to no judiciary institution, no professional thing. So this guy is the sickening. We were in this country, this very same Chief Justice, he unlawfully jailed Prophet Key. Prophet Key is in jail unlawfully. I'm telling you this. Prophet Key, his right was insulted and abused. But you see, it is quite unfortunate. Prophet Key is a man who got his fame on the basis of vulgarities, raining insult at women and children. So they are not smart people. He's not a smart man. He does not understand his rights. That is why you see he's in prison. Under our law, when someone has been charged for contempt, Section 12.3 of the Criminal Procedure Law of Liberia, it says that when a man has been charged and found guilty for contempt, the man should go in jail for 30 days and pay a fine. But the Chief Justice went and put Prophet Key in jail for almost, how much?
6 months.
6 months. So 30 days and 6 months are the same thing. The Chief Justice, that was a serious legislative, no, it was a serious judiciary overreach. The Chief Justice also violated one of the natural principle of natural justice. It says, Mino kiswa swan, meaning a man cannot be judged in his own case. The Chief Justice was a complainant, he was a judge, he was a jury. That is a fundamental violation of the law.
You think why all this overreach?
Because you have a country where a man who should be protecting the Constitution thinks that the Constitution is a garment that he should wear to protect him. No, the Constitution is a covenant that you must honor by protecting this book. So I'm telling you now, the Chief Justice is very unconstitutional in any serious country. But now, the national legislature will be enacting Article 43. Article 43 of our law says that the Chief Justice can be removed when he commits violation of the Constitution. and when he commit breach of speech, and when he have a judiciary overbreach. That is also confirmed in Article 71 of our Constitution. It said that the Chief Justice can immediately effectively be removed, and other justice when they abuse their office. This man has abused the office. So that thing he owned, that reckless statement he made, who tell you that criticism is an attack? I will never, ever support anyone to attack the Chief Justice of the Republic. Because you know what? For some of us, we don't have regard for the individual in the office. No, we respect the office, because the Chief Justice job, he will not be your lifetime job. When you reach the age of 70, you move, another person will come down. So it is unto us fundamentally as intellectuals to respect the office. We do respect the office. But for the Chief Justice in his mind to think that because you now sit on the Supreme Court bench, so you will threaten people, so you will run around people, so you will intimidate. We will never be intimidated. He can never. The car he rides, it is from our taxpayer money. I'm a taxpayer. When you go to the keke, when you buy your style on the other value tax, is what? The office and sit in, the air condition, the Liberian people pay for it. The Liberian people pay for that. The cars in ride, the Liberian people, and the people also pay for that. Even the food that he eats, the Liberian people pay for that. So how dare you, how dare the Chief Justice thinks in his mind that he can intimidate us? No, we will criticize the judiciary. The last time I checked, this is the most corrupt and insensitive judiciary we have ever had in the country history. Yesterday, the Chief Justice called the President of Liberia the Chief Justice of Liberia. That's not his mistake. It's not a coincidence. It is a fact. To remind you, imagine on live television, this man can be calling the President the Chief Justice of the country. Imagine the kind of method.
You think why it implies?
It implies that the President runs the judiciary. It implies that this Chief Justice takes mandate from the President. It implies, you see, under the Chief Justice, we have had the highest demolition in our country history. Now, as I speak to you,
you think he's responsible? Why you want to shift blame to the Chief Justice?
No. More Ali of Unity Party said on Punch FM that the probate court judge, he more Ali sent somebody to the probate court judge, and the probate a lady 5 years ago, and the person only in the scene yet. It tells you More Ali said the court is corrupt. More Ali said the judge is corrupt. Senator Amara Kone, he said the court is corrupt. He said the court is very corrupt. So under the Chief Justice, we have had a higher form of demolition in the country. Why is it happening? Because there are corrupt judges, extremely corrupt judges, who will be giving one land deed to 4 different persons. I was just listening to one other old man yesterday. The old man said, one man said that he didn't want to own the entire Banante. And the man get deed. And the deed was formulated in 2026. Imagine that kind of affront. That is why today you have the highest form of demolition in the country. There are more refugees now than water. Go in Satan. The land that was demolished in Satan, Brother Josh, fellow Liberian, guess what? The land is still in court. Oh yeah, the land in Satan is still in court. The men who went and influenced the judiciary and paid the Labrador National Police, as a matter of fact, it is fact. Does that mean saying that the police are corrupt and the police can receive, and the police are corrupt, and the police can actually receive bribe? God will come on dismiss the commander of Zone 1 in Pinsville. He for stealing chicken. He for stealing chicken cartoon, spare cartoon. God will come on suspend her for that. He for stealing the spare cartoon. So it tells that the police are rude. It's fact. It's on the record. This is not allegation. These are unarguable fact. In Satan, the people are sleeping in the streets, on the road, in the shackles, women and children. Because why? There is one corrupt judge who passed a ruling to demolish homes when the kids stay in court. What kind of country? So, Brother George, that particular statement from the Chief Justice yesterday is unconstitutional. It is our right to criticize. And you see, the criticism is almost like a mirror of your working. if the Chief Justice doesn't want to be criticized, he may resign from the office. But as a matter of fact, I want to tell you that the current Chief Justice, Justice Yami Kwekwe Gbese, is unconstitutional, he's lawless, he has violated the Constitution. In any serious country by now, that man should not be there. An attempt to keep Justice Gbese stay in that position. You know what happens in the country? In the worst case scenario, the election in 2029 is organized. There is a possibility, he's more of a regime puppet. He takes instruction from the president. As a matter of fact, he believes in his man, and President Bouaké is also president of Labrador and at the same time Chief Justice. If such a man stays in a position to 2029, the opposition wins the election 1 million votes. Then the government said, no, we can't turn power over. Where they will send you? And they will say, go to court. You go to the Supreme Court, right? You run to the Supreme Court. Article 66 of our Constitution, it says that the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of constitutional matter in the country, right? So when you go to the Supreme Court with a Chief Justice that's also called him President Bouaké Chief Justice, he passed down a ruling. And the ruling said, yeah, to the opposition won the election 1 million votes, but the evidence are not sufficient. At the end of the day, Unity Party stays in power for another 6 years. That's a declaration of war.
You don't trust the Supreme Court?
No. It's not me not trusting. The Supreme Court has proven to be a court that cannot be trusted on the basis of our evidence of gross violation and incompetence from this current judiciary.
Of recent, there has been too many violations of, the
189. 189.
I can be specific or to figure out
for me I can be
the numbers. But I'm coming to you.
For me I can be specific because
I'm coming to you. What can you say regarding all the kinds of violation of the law by the Unity Party government?
I'll go back. Article 2 of our Constitution says the Supreme Court is the final and most powerful law in the country. It is binding. It is forced for everybody to obey. For the fact that the Supreme Constitution has consistently been disrespected and violated, it means President Bouaké should not be president of the country anymore. It means the state is leading to anarchy. Because the only reason why President Bouaké, who was once living on loan, a man who had to wait for Henry Costa to collect handouts to feed himself, does that mean say so? His Costa say so? And that's evident. It's on the record. This man now rides a luxurious Lexus because of what? Because of the Constitution. Oh, not because he's fancy. He's not fan more than me. No, it's not because he's fancy. It's because of the Constitution. He now rides private jet in this age and time. He rides private jet. It's because of what? It's because of the Constitution. When you have children sitting on the floor, there's a classroom in Nima County. Children are sitting on the floor, but this president, at his will and pleasure, he spends 100,000 on his MTN car whenever he travels. There's a president who has spent 8.2 million in a 3 budget year, 8.2 million on foreign travel alone. That is 1.5 billion. The president has spent that because you know what? He's president. When the president is coming now, the road can be stopped. Every ambulance can be put to halt. You can't go anywhere because of that, because of the Constitution. So, what kind of country we are in? Are people who benefit from the Constitution, who enjoy from the Constitution, they chose not to respect the Constitution. So it means President Bouaké should not be president. That's how the country go to war. Whenever when I talk about the country go to war, then people want to get angry. We live in a country where a 14-year-old boy was raped by 3 men. We not see one, we not see the other 2 here. That is war, a war of gay taking over the country. We live in a country where a 12-year-old girl was raped by 10 men in Pinsville to death. That is war of rape in the country. We live in a country where 8 family members eating 1 cup of red. That is war in the country. We live in a country where the Constitution has been violated 189 times. That is war against the rule of law. So Labrador is in war. But then when I talk here, people want media I feel no. You funny your face, it changed nothing. I'm speaking fact. Liberia now is at war. We are in war of hunger. We are in war of disregard for the rule of law. We are in war of sodomy, a war of rape. Our people are suffering. We are in war of useless and unlawful demolition of people.
What's a way forward? If you were to meet the current president, His Excellency Joseph Boakai, I mean, what would be some of the recommendations? What would you recommend to the president that should be done?
My first recommendation to the president is the president will do the honorable thing to resign if the job is too big for him. And guess what? Majority of the major issues in this country, the president has told us in public man and form. Now he's not aware. And there is a president who is careless about the Liberian people. The president told us that he doesn't listen to radio. He's not on the internet. He does not feed he does not share the pain and the anger of the ordinary Liberian people. So I would respectfully ask this president, Mr. President, if the job is too big for you, can you resign? Because you know what? On the last night check, majority of the major deals and conversation, the president has placed the vice president into it. Oh yeah. And the president is in the country. He can give his salary to the vice president, but the president has placed the vice president on serious national issue. So if the president is actually incapacitated to do the function and the duties of the Liberian people, he can resign the country. That's one. The second one is the president will reach a point to understand this country Liberia does not belong to President Boakai. The president told all the last time that when anybody think in a criticism with moving, no. You got the presidency on the basis of consistent criticism. Then now you think that you cannot listen to criticism? That is an insult to the Liberian people. So I would tell the president, Mr. President, you must start to listen to the Liberian people. I will also tell the president, Mr. President, the country is the Republic of Liberia. It's not the Republic of Foya. This is the most nepotistic president ever in the country history. We should start naming position, the central bank, like Lofien, on the chief of staff of the army, like Lofien, LRA, like Lofien, Ministry of Finance, like Lofien, intellectual property, like Lofien. We must start naming Lofien. So, you know, the president is breathing a dangerous feeling in the country. Now, some Liberians will now start to feel isolated and they will start hating people. You don't do that. The president will also stop wish hunting people. The president will stop wish hunting political people. In a serious country, it's about the way in which people disagree to agree. In America, there is a Democrat and there is a Republican. They all disagree vehemently. But when it comes to nation first, when it comes to moving the country in the right direction, every one of them pull together to support their country. Now, we have a country that the sitting president, has refused to visit nor officially invite the former president of the country. His Excellency Dr. George Manawia is a national peace, a symbol of harmony in this country. I've never seen a man who you can do anything to him, they forgive you. It's George Weah. What will it take for President Weah? What will it take for President Boakai to take the phone one someone and say, look, listen, President George Weah, the president is always the president. Say, Mr. Weah, good morning. It's me, GMB. I want to see you at the mansion. Let's have lunch together. It will never happen because you know what? The president has been reduced into a presidential cage where a group of people ignorantly tell us that when you're president, you're the owner of the country. No, I'm not one person who believes in the logic that the winner takes all. No, that is how the country goes to war. Meaning, when you win our time. No, Liberia is not the plantation of President Boakai. It must stop. The arrogance must stop.
Of recent, for the too many conversations in the corner, people are having too many conversations of the SOEs, the state-owned enterprise, not contributing to the national budget, specifically the 2026 budget. As a chairman of the CDC Council of Patriots, what's your stance? What do you have to say regarding this?
It is the way United Party is arranging their campaign money. It is a way to steal. It is a way for personal gratification. it is a way to promote the looting of public resources. Yes, when they say SOE, labyrinths, it means state-owned enterprises, institutions that generate their own self money on a daily basis. So if these people cannot contribute to the national budget, it means where is the money going? Let us go to the facts and the data. In 2025, LPRC, the Labrador Petroleum Refinery Company, LPRC was to give 5 million USD as their contribution to the national budget. 5 million, just 5 million. Like look at the LPRC. So guess what? All of the 5 million, LPRC gave only 799,000, less than 1 million. Brother Josh, if we have any serious precedent, but now the managing director at LPRC will immediately effectively be dismissed. So LPRC makes not less than 20 million annually. 20 million in getting service fees charge, holding fees charge from petroleum product. 20 million every year. Then out of 20 million, you can't even get 5. You get less than 1 million. So for that, where did the money go? Where did the money go? LPRC money, where did it go? And the president done battle. The president had, the last time the president even awarded LPRC. Because you know what? Amos Twe, the National Secretary General of the Unity Party, he's the Secretary General. They direct taxpayer money into their personal accounts. At the end of the day, this money will be used for Unity Party campaign. That is why Amos Twe is building mansion in Broadville. Let us go to MPA, the National Port Authority, Sekou Dukle, the guy who allegedly there is a perception and belief that he bought his shop. Guess what? In 2025, Sekou Dukle was to get something around 6 million as a contribution to the national budget. Fellow Librarians, Sekou Dukle gave $0. MPA, he collects not less than 100,000 librarians on a daily basis. Whole year, MPA couldn't contribute $5 to the budget of 2025. In any serious country, you will be dismissed, because when you deprive the national budget of taxpayer money, you know what happens? It means Sekou refused to give money to this school. That's why students are sitting on the bare floor. It means Sekou refused to give money onto hospitals. It means Sekou refused to give money onto the defense, to the security sectors, to the teachers. It means Sekou undermine and circumvent the well-being and the forward of the country. But what? The president is done better, because you know what? Sekou Dukle was one of the major financiers of the 10 million mansion in Foya. It's SOEs. This 10 million mansion, it is not in the budget. As a matter of fact, all of the various governmental activities and projects, they are constructed and funded by the national budget. Brother Josh, and that is a fact. It's a fact. The office of the president is being run by the national budget, right? When you check in the budget of 2025, you will never see this 10 million there. So where the president Bwaka took the 10 million from to build this presidential mansion in Foya, it is from the SOEs. So you see, it all boils down to the incompetence and the corruptibility of President Bwaka.
Our guest this afternoon is Fode and Masakwe. Fode Masakwe is the national chairman of the CDC Council of Patriots. You're listening to him. You have questions, comments. We can go to the lines and hear from you this afternoon on the show. 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502, or better still 0773-978-564, 0773-978-564, 0555-184, 711 0555-184, 711, or 0880-907-907, 0773-419-502, 0773-978-564. The numbers that put your voices to do. Let's go to the lines and begin taking the calls.
Good afternoon, Brother George, and good afternoon to the most powerful chairman of this.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name from where you call?
It's the voice of Mark L. Johnson,
Mark,
the vice president of the CDC COP.
Go ahead.
I do cover this number 10 at my gate and resident.
Let's hear you.
Let me say thank you to you for everything that you have just said. This goal, let me say to shame today. He should be ashamed that our land, our water is taken away, our land and water territory is taken away by the Guinean soldier or his own peaceful citizens of the country. Whenever they decide to exercise their constitutional right, he got a men in arms with batons to beat on them. But today our land is taken away by Guinean soldier, by the Guinean forces. He ain't able to exercise crime there. So very common, President Boycott, they should be ashamed. They are only against the Liberian, but they are not in the interest of this country. But they are against us because why? We stand for this country. So they should be ashamed.
Thank you.
Let me say this to
be snappy. Be snappy. We have to take orders, please.
You guys no love for this country, Boycott. Boycott, you only came here to enrich yourself. This is the reason why you see the SOE. Your Amos 12 today, that's supposed to be contributing to the national budget, is not contributing to it. It's supposed to be, you are not taking a step on action against him. Because you guys have the power to enrich yourself, to milk the country, and then go and sit to it. But I'll say this to you people. The time is approaching for us to get to you people. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's get another person on the line. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name? From where you call?
Good afternoon, colleague.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, and leave us saying you
Go ahead.
Started yesterday, they come here. I want someone to say because in this kind of situation, I think we need to information to come and tell the people that them poor they just need to panic. But we're not hearing nothing but they are talking people around here. They're they'll be speaking. What is going on? Is that Bankas even going to tell the nation back now to be speaking to those things? Like what else we can do? But I mean, that's the kind of when also pay God. Thank you.
Thank you. 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502, 0773-978-564. Good afternoon. Welcome. Let's hear you. Walk away from the radio, please. Make a point. Let's hear you.
Good
30
afternoon.
seconds. Good afternoon. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Actually, based on the issue of the Guinean to interfere into Liberia, let's say the reality and the heartfelt. Liberian is one of the oldest countries we are thinking of in Africa. So who are Guinean people to interrogate into Liberian land and to encroach it, to make it to become their own? The white the Liberian armed forces, they are sitting without any drastic action taken against the Guineans. That simply means the Liberian armed forces came for the Liberian people.
Thank you.
They are only waiting for the selfish interest and the desire of themselves.
Thank
they
you.
Are not armed forces.
Thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. Patient, go ahead.
It's hard to apparatus. So, they call me. When I get nothing for other people, they call me. So, that they have for the food experience. Why Baka can go to that place and acquire for people? So, Baka stepping, eating pizza, eating anything. But when people go protest, they'll go there and put on that people to the scene. When we are coming, they'll go for 44 on the street. Why they get to their strength now? So, you have to pray for They say they get strength. Why they get go there?
All right, thank you.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Let's hear from this person. Keep calling, keep the calls coming. Let's take few calls and then we'll get back to our guests and respond to some of their concerns. This person, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Samuel. How you doing?
Samuel, go ahead. Let's hear you. Just speak to the phone, please.
Okay. My prayer is that the people calling on to go to the border with the Guineans. How Baga go there? You don't have energy. People running the show for him. That's why we told Liberian that this man not capacity to run the country. But they're not listening to us. Let Guinea come and take our country. We're not going anywhere. The people will not see us. The army that's all got all the running after peaceful surveillance. They're not going to face the counterpart to tell them why it's unfolding. Go to Yera Bola. The flag is right on Liberian soil. Government Liberia looking at it. Are they sleeping or they serious? They are jokers.
What-
They
what-
consider belong to
Okay.
serious mad people.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You've made a point. The cash giveaway is also on while we're taking the calls. You can keep playing. But darling, *799 *8#. But darling, *799 *8#. We can squeeze in 2 calls and get back to our guests. You respond, to some of their concerns quickly. Then we'll wrap up. Let's pick this person from this end. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. Good afternoon. Welcome. Let's hear you. You coming in broken. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
So basically, thank you, George, for the show.
Wow. I'm not getting you. Just shake up a little bit and read our numbers, please. Yeah. I will appreciate it and read our numbers. Keep the podcast. Let's get person 0773419520 0773419502 0773978564. Welcome. Let's hear you. Yeah. Good afternoon. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. I need to join from Ghana.
You are go alright.
John, let me comment on our studio guest that have to do with the Council of Creator National Chairman. And let me also take the time to commend the government of Labrador for the maturity that they are playing in the issue of the Guinean inclusion or land. George, the way thing is just a project in that way. Sometimes it tend to be bad. Even our brother in studio there will not be able to come in studio to discuss any national issue.
Hello. Okay, I think he was harmonized. This person, hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Okay, George, I'm good.
Yeah, I think you can make a point now. Much better. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, George. I was saying, I'm Oliver.
Oliver, go ahead.
The Justice Minister was very unfortunate yesterday that when he was here, we said that the court is open to discipline people who will be using vulgar language and profuse ones. So they are there to ask myself, where is Article 58? You know, George, when they still teach justice, before then, during the Speaker saga, the guy said that, it was unlawful that the group of the renegade lawmaker that time, they were operating unlawfully. And then when he came by again, some other and said that they were right. So it is not a screen thing for this Chief Justice. When the chairman said he is not mistaken when he said we call the president the Chief Justice. Because he is the president operating the country. So I think it is very unlawful that a Chief Justice will be jailing people in fact, inviting people for content.
Thank you. Thank you. We don't have the luxury of time. I mean, for they just respond to the different calls and just wrap it up. Let's go.
You listen to our people, you can sense the emotion, the feeling of regret, the disappointment, and the anger. The issue at the Lofa Guinean border, it is a disgrace and shame. But here's another thing. What is the legislature? We should not just blame the president. What is the legislature? Guess what? Today, as I speak to you now, the legislature ordered the arrest of the finance minister, Augustine Gaffon. Why they order her arrest? Because of salaries and benefits, because of gas slips. On our law, Article 3, the first branch of government is the legislature. The seniors, the executive. So they agree that the president is incompetent. They don't agree that the president is incapacitated to be the commander-in-chief. It is the legislature that has the power of declaring war and assigning the military. Why would we have a national encroachment on our territory and the legislature is ordering the arrest of the finance minister for mere gaslight. When there is the finance minister who yet to account for over 78.2 million, 14.3 billion, I bring that up. And they can't order him arrest on that one. So you see, that legislature is the most useless and spineless legislature ever in the history of the country. These are men who sit there, understand absolutely nothing. The Constitution has been violated. The Chief Justice takes a platform called the President Chief Justice. They are not bothered. The Chief Justice appoints his son into the judiciary. They are not bothered. They contempt charges. Article 44 of the Constitution. It says that when you obstruct legislative functions, they charge you for contempt. Government officials now, they don't have any respect for the current legislature because you know what? They are useless. You have a regime puppet. But you see, when you have any government, any country where lawmakers wear yellow, abandon their duties in office and go to the free pool in yellow suit, that was a magnified madness where people wear yellow suit. You ask them where the money from the yellow machine come in? They don't know. You ask them how was the loan signed? On the particular loan was a violation of Article 34 DIR that talks about before the president takes loan from the bank. According to the president said he took the yellow machine money from Echo Bank. It was a loan. The loan was never approved by the legislature. So who ordered the loan? What kind of country would they? What kind of country is this? That you have a president that is extremely incompetent. You have a judiciary that is extremely controlled by the executive. You also have a national legislature that is a serious mess. That is sad. That is embarrassing. That's why we like to say to our people.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for coming, Fode. And it's been a wonderful show. We look up to having, the kind of conversation anytime soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Was born in 1847.
His name is Fode Massacre. Fode Massacre is the national chairman of the CDC Council of Patriots. He has been our guest on the show. The invitation is yours to join us tomorrow. At which time we will be here to bring you another splendid edition. The name is Josh. I presented. Bye-bye. I'm out.
We humble themselves and seek my face. I will rise and